Dads, it's time to rip off that Band-Aid, brother, because who are you when shit hits the fan? Really, who is the real man that shows up when things get difficult? Not the guy who's smiling in the family photo, not the guy that shows up to church on Sunday, not the guy posting gym selfies once a month. But really, who are you? Not the PR version, the PC version. Who are you? How do you show up when everything starts to fall apart or seems like it's falling apart in your life? That's what we're talking about today, guys, because here's the truth. You say you're tired, no shit. So am I. You've been dragging your ass through the same cycle after year. Today, I was reminded with a Facebook post 5 years ago. It's a picture of me in the gym. I had hair back then, but the caption said, "This motherfucker tried to stop me today." 5 years ago. This is why I post on social media. This just shows me that 5 years ago, I was still battling some of the same things that I battle today. This shows you that growth is not linear. This shows you that there is no finish line to what you're seeking. There's only different levels. So I'm talking about that post today. It hit me this morning and I'm sitting there in a vehicle glass shop. Why? Because on Sunday, after I picked up my wife's car that had $5,000 worth of hail damage, on Sunday I was mowing the yard and a rocker got kicked up by the trimmer and it freaking shattered that glass. You want to know who showed up then? I did. Better. I showed up better because I didn't lose my shit. I didn't throw the trimmer into the street. I was pissed. I wanted to. But over that 5-year time period, I've evolved. I've elevated myself. So who are you? And listen, guys, I know for a fact, I don't always show up when or show up how I want to in every situation. Sometimes I do great. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I lose my shit. And you guys have to get rid of the guilt and the shame that you have when you don't show up as your ideal self, because it's done. It's history. You can sit here today and say, you know what? I lost my cool yesterday and now today's going to be shitty too. And then maybe this week's going to suck, blah. It's history, gentlemen. All you can do today is show up and be better and be focused on the man that you want to be for yourself first. And then you can focus on being the dad, the husband, the business owner, and everything after that. But the problem is a lot of you don't. A lot of you are so stuck on autopilot and you repeat the same habits. You repeat the same stories and you show up as the same character. You say you want to change. You buy the books. You listen to the podcast. You hop on vlogs like this, yet you never do anything. The same character and the story that you've been living continues to show up in your life every day. You're not stuck. You're not alone. You're not stuck. You're comfortable, because it's really freaking hard to reprogram your mind to be the man that you want to be, because that means an old version of you has to die. That means an old version of you has to no longer exist. So when the pressure shows up, when the problem shows up, when the obstacle shows up, that's not what creates the character. It reveals it. Pressure doesn't create the character. It reveals it. Think about steel. It doesn't get stronger in comfort, right? You see these guys on the History Channel, the Forge show, they're building all these tools. They have to weaken the steel in order for it to become stronger. It has to get forged in the fire. So with that example, when the heat gets turned up in your life, will you melt or are you going to become sharpened? And I see all these Instagurus pretty much every week talk about this. Iron sharpens iron. Cool, bro. Sweet hook. What has to happen in order for the iron to get sharpened? Friction. You see, men, we need friction to be men in this life. I need a bunch of you morons to keep commenting stupid ass comments on these videos to keep propelling me forward. Do I care? No, but it pushes me to be better and do better so that you can keep boosting my algorithm. It's the friction, guys. And it doesn't matter where you're struggling in your life right now. You could be not wanting to go to the gym, just like I posted in that photo 5 years ago, because I remember that day. I remember that post. I was in the middle of 75 hard and I wanted to quit. I think I was in like phase 1 or phase 2 and I wanted to give up. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to do the work. But my core message, my core values, my non-negotiables since that day have been continuing to turn up the heat. I've been continuing to grow and pursue this version of myself that I see in my mind. And a lot of times I come up short. Sometimes I lose my shit. Sometimes I've had enough. Sometimes I start speaking negatively about myself. I'm not perfect. I'm a man. I am a flawed human. But what I am not is somebody who just says, oh, well, I'm just not going to work out. Oh, well, I'm just not going to take my wife out for a date. Oh, well, I'm just going to blow up on my kids because I'm stressed out. I do not accept the status quo. I do not accept being on autopilot for the rest of my fucking life, because for far too long I was. And you guys got to stop giving yourself the negotiation piece in your own life. You got to stop negotiating with the version of you that's not going to push you to the direction that you need to go. Because that's the guy that says, I'll start Monday. That's the guy that says, I'm doing this for my family, but I never see my kids. That's the guy that's like, well, work's so stressful. I deserve this 6-pack of beer. Oh, I've earned this. What have you earned? Do your results show that you've earned it? Or do they show somebody that has negotiated a way to being the dad bod? At least I'm better than that guy. I'm not as fat as this guy. You guys are negotiating away your life. So you guys need to stop negotiating away your standards, because standards are not suggestions. Dominating daily is not a suggestion. It's a daily non-negotiable in my life. Every time you break your standard, you lie to the man that you said that you wanted to become. I'll say that again. Every time you break your standard, you lie to the man that you said you wanted to become. So who are you when things get tough? Lately, I've been challenged in so many freaking ways. I've been challenged in my fitness. I've been challenged in my marriage. I've been challenged in my parenthood. I've been challenged in my business constantly, but I just keep showing up. And for the guys that say, well, showing up's 90% of success, fuck you. That is the biggest load of donkey crap I've ever heard. Just showing up is not 90% of success. Let's talk about the guy who goes to the gym for an hour a week and he's consistent. He goes to the gym or for an hour a day every week, and he's consistently been doing it, but he hasn't lost a single fucking pound and he hasn't added a single ounce of muscle. Why? Because he showed up, but the work that he put in during that time was scrolling his phone while taking up a machine while people are waiting in line to use it. He didn't have a standard in place. All he had to do is, I go to the gym, do a couple bicep curls, do a couple bench press, not even break sweat, and he's out. I work out every day, Paul. Well, then why don't your circumstances change? Why don't your standards change? How come you're not elevating yourself to the man that you want to be? So I'm sorry, guys. 90% of success is just showing up as bullshit. You want to see a man that's successful? Look at the man that keeps showing up and keeps getting the results that he wants to get. Look at the man who has failed at something 10 fucking times, but yet he continues to pursue his purpose and his calling. I'll raise my hand to that. I did another post on YouTube actually, and it freaking went viral. It was over 30,000 views 2 days ago. And the post was this: imagine telling your children that you quit because things got hard. Let that sink in. This is my call for you guys. Do not throw in the towel. Whatever it is you're going through, do not throw in the towel. Keep going. And if you falter today, get up and do it tomorrow. If you want to quit something you're going through right now and it feels like there's no other way out of it, and you just want to quit and give up and just walk away, tell yourself you'll quit tomorrow, because chances are you're highly emotional right now. And when tomorrow comes, if you don't quit today and tomorrow comes, you're like, nah, I can do this longer. I can go harder. I can do better. I can be better. That's the version of you that you should be seeking, not the guy in your head telling you you should quit. So with that, guys, don't give up. Keep setting the standards. I hope this punched you in the chest. That's your sign to stop playing the victim and rewrite your own story. Till then, dominate daily.